Hello, my friends, and welcome to week 4 of our lower body strength and core. Okay, so you're warm. You did the warm up. Hopefully, not get back there and do it. We are going to get you started right away with our first superset, which today we also witching it up and sticking you on a timer right off the bat. We're going to go ahead and set this timer for 1 minute on, 30 seconds off. We have 2 exercises that we are going to complete 3 rounds of. For the first one is going to be our front loaded squats. So we're going to work with dumbbells, front loaded position, squat stance in our feet, working with 1 minute of squats. Now we've had lots of different things over the past few weeks that we've been focusing on. If you like, you can follow just a normal tempo, 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down, nothing fancy about it. Or you can incorporate anything else that we have worked on, including our eccentrics, that lowering, slow focus, our pauses, where we sit down and we hold. But you are doing the squats for 1 minute, regardless. You can do even a combination of all those things. Following that minute, we are going to have 30 seconds of rest. We're going to put our weights down, take some deep breaths, regroup, grab some water, as well as band up. Because for the next minute, we're going to be working with side hip extensions. So we want to get ourselves into this hip width apart, band around the heels, soft knees. We'll hinge the hips back. We're going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alternating our legs every 3 reps. And again, 60 seconds. You're going to be doing that for 1 minute. It is a burner. We're going to feel all sorts of things through the back, sides, and even the front of our hips. And again, we want to make sure that we're in that loaded up position the whole time, slightly bent forward, feeling that tension, tightness in our hips. That's our second movement. Again, you'll be having 30 seconds of rest again between that one and before you start your second set. Then you have 3 sets total. So set your timer. Again, if you don't have one, then pull one up. You can even use a running clock if you need to, if you don't have the Integral Timer app. And pause, get it done. See you back here for part 2. All right, here we are back up in it for part 2. We're going to stay on the timer for part 2 today, going into our split squats with our rear foot elevated. So for these ones, we would like a chair, a bench, something to elevate our back foot. We're going to have that timer set once again for 60 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Now for this one, we're doing 1 whole minute on each leg of these split squats, followed by 1 minute on our hip thrusts, which is our second exercise. So if you're setting your timer, you're essentially going to set this as if there's 3 exercises. We're completing 3 rounds total of this 1 minute on, 30 seconds off. Now, this is not going to be easy. I'm going to warn you right off the bat. I do want you to hold weights. That being said, at any point, if those weights get too heavy, feel free to put them down and just work with body weight, because this is no joke, my friends. So if you are holding weights, we can hold 1 or 2 dumbbells in our hands down by our sides. Again, back foot is elevated. Normal tempo, same rules apply. If you want to add in some slow lowering or some pausing. But 1 minute of this alone is pretty dang challenging, if I do say so myself. That's going to be 1 minute on one leg. And then again, we'll have 30 seconds before we do the other leg, which you are going to appreciate. It's not even going to feel like very long, but you'll need it in there. Do the second leg. Once you're finished that second leg, we're going to have another 30 seconds to get ourselves down and ready for our hip thrusts, which we want our back foot elevated. We'll be working here again for 60 seconds. So same rules apply. If we want to pause, if we want to add weight to our hips, these are all options that we have ahead of us that we can control. So we'll be completing 3 rounds of this total. Woo! And it's going to be a burner. So let's get it done. Pause, and I'll see you back here for the last part of our strength. All right, everyone, welcome back. I know how you're feeling, but you are done that part. We have this last final part, which is not on a timer. We're back to counting our reps, starting off with a single leg hip thrust, as if you didn't already do enough hip thrusts. We're going to be working with 10 reps total of this single leg hip thrust. So we're in essentially the same position we were. We finished in, upper back is elevated. We're gonna drive that knee up. 10 reps at a normal tempo of this single leg hip thrust. So we'll do 10 over here, and then we'll switch, and we'll do 10 over here. With this one, we are pairing it with our good mornings. So those are our front-loaded straight leg deadlifts. We're gonna grab onto our weights, hold them in front of us, hip width apart in the feet, and then we're hinging our hips back, working with 15 reps total. Of these two movements, we're doing 3 rounds with no rest in between. So we'll get those hip thrusts in, 10 and 10, come up here, get these good mornings in, 15 of them, and then we are doing it again, 2 more rounds to make it 3 total. And then the lower body strength is done, but we do have the core work, okay? So go get that part done, and I will meet you back here for our last part, our core. Okay, welcome back, everyone. We are here, gonna get it done, finishing off with our last final part, our core work, which is, we're going to do this a little bit different today. You are planking to start off, and today we are going to challenge ourselves in our plank and essentially see how long we can hold a plank. Now, I know when I say something like that, for some of us, it can be kind of easy to just, sort of flake out, and when planks start to feel hard, we can tend to give up. I want you to try to see if you can hold it for at least 1 minute. If you know you can hold it for a minute, then try to go for at least 1.5 minutes. And anywhere upward of 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes is absolutely amazing. I know there's some of you who are plank rock stars and can hold it even longer. Today is the day where we're gonna see how long we can hold this plank. So rather than setting a timer for a time cap, we're gonna set a running clock. You can use, again, a stopwatch, some sort of timer app on your phone, and you are gonna get down there and hold a plank as long as you can, okay? And I want you to breathe through it, challenge yourself. You're going to have 3 opportunities to do it. So we're gonna hold that plank. Once we cannot hold it any longer, we're gonna pop up into this all 4 position and work with a set of our bird dogs. So our opposite arm, opposite leg, alternating, 20 reps total, 10 per side of these bird dogs. And that is an exercise. We're getting a lot of core stability work, but it's also essentially rest for your plank. Following those bird dogs, if you need to take another 30 to 45 seconds, even about a minute of rest before you do your second and third set of that, feel free to do so, because again, we're completing 3 rounds of this total. So you're gonna have 3 opportunities. Now, it's very important that in those next 2, you try your very best with everything that you have inside of you, outside of you, and in your brain to hold it as long as you did in that first one. So let's say you did hold it for 1 minute and 45 seconds, then we need to get that 2 more times, okay? Comprende? It's not gonna be easy, but I mean, what is here? That's why we're here doing this together. So that is you, that is your last part. And then you are going to complete your stretches. It's, again, you're gonna have to scroll down and find. And then you are done. You can get on with your day, okay? That is all, my friends, and I will see you next day for upper body. Good luck.